Okay, since you're asking me to make another video, I want to believe you've seen the previous one. What? Shit, man. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a lot of powers. I don't know how to control them. I'm sorry. Please, can I say this? I'm trying to let you know. If you haven't seen the previous video, you're gonna get lost. Let me see your face. Just let me see your face. Look at your face. You look hard. What's up, guys? Welcome to yet another tutorial. My name is Abidin, aka Brabono. Now the second tutorial where I go make today be this. So I don't make one tutorial before, but I just dey talk nonsense. So guess why I dey talk nonsense? I never chop. As I wake up, I see light there. I say, "Ma, sharply come make tutorial." Now any young guy dey catch me, I just cancel am. Cause na nonsense. I don't even know wetin I dey talk. So now we are back to the tutorial, and it go make very sense, a lot of sense. So as you know now, we go continue from where we stopped the last time after getting familiar with the interface. So today we go to work with viewport. Wetin we dey call viewport? Now viewport you dey see so. Now viewport we dey call 3 window. You don't know viewport be that. So e get wetin we dey call ready-made screen on in Blender. Ready-made screen are screen that are being made and they don put am for us for Blender, wey be say we no need to waste our time to dey make those screen for ourselves, because anything wey you wan do go determine the screen wey you go use. I tell you, say 3 dimension na a very 3D animation na a very broad na a very broad program wey be say you dey replicate the real life, wetin dey happen for real life. So e dey very broad, but as if you dey follow me gradually, you go dey understand am. So wetin be ready-made screen? Ready-made screen, I don talk am before, na screen wey be say they don make for us, wey be say to not waste our time, but to just click the screen and then you go see wetin go happen. So if I click on this next one, which is modeling, e go bring another screen wey dey very different, wey dey a little bit different from the first one. The first one, you go see say I get timeline here. Remember I say na timeline I call this one. We get the timeline for there. So now if you click modeling now, the timeline go disappear, because if you dey model, you no need timeline. You dey get the scope back. So if you say sculpt, sculpt na like people sculptors wey be say dem dey carve wetin dem dey call am, mountains and so on and things like that. So na sculpting, you fit sculpt for Blender too, UV editing and so on. All these things up to script na ready-made screen we dey call am. So we go dey talk about each and every one of them, but no be today. As we dey learn 3D, we go dey talk about them one after the other. Na like that e dey work. Okay, so we get wetin we dey call 3D cursor. Na 3D cursor you dey see so for here, this one wey dey here. So this 3D cursor dey important. So I go tell you how to move around the 3D cursor, but wetin I dey use am do exactly, you go do know later as we dey learn. You know say na my own this thing policy, na my own protocol be that, wey be say you go dey learn as we dey proceed. Ba okay, so if you wan change the position of 3D cursor now, na to press shift and click anywhere where you want the 3D cursor go. But originally the 3D cursor suppose dey at the center of our viewport. So to take it to center, we go press shift S. You go see all these options, and then cursor to origin. You go see say you go snap am to the middle here. So na the middle of the viewport wey you dey see, so na there the 3D cursor dey. Automatically na there e dey. So now we get 4 kind of views for our 3D port. We get the front view, the side view, the top view, and the perspective view. I go explain one by one. You see, the perspective view na the view wey be say you go dey look am, but you go dey see more than one side. That's the perspective view. You go fit see am here. You see, user perspective. So now if I press 1 now, 1 na front view, you go see here front orthographic view. So na 1 be this, we dey look the front of our cube. If I press 3 now, na the right we dey look, na the right hand side we dey look. So if I press 7, na the top hand side we dey look. So 1 for front, 3 for right, 7 for top. So what if you wan go left or back, or just like opposite of right now? Let's start from 1 now. If 1 na front, if you wan go back, na to press Ctrl 1. You dey grab. If you wan go to the left, na to press Ctrl 3. Shebi 3 na right, 3 na right. Then Ctrl 3. You go see left orthographic. So if I press 3 now, you see right orthographic. The same thing apply to top. 7 for top, Ctrl 7 for bottom. So this point dey very 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 important, because you gats understand the view wey you dey, so that na you go know say okay, this is wetin I wan do for here be this. So without knowing that, you no fit do am. So every part wey I dey teach you is important. Na why wey I dey teach you. So remember that, because I no go repeat am. We no too get too much time like that. So if you wan go to perspective view, you have to press Alt, then left click, you hold it, and then you drag your mouse. If you dey use mouse, I mean mouse, not laptop mouse, wetin you go do be say you go press the left key button, then Alt key, and then you roam about. Same thing applies to laptop. You go press Alt key, then left click, hold the 2 buttons, and then you drag about. This is how to go around in our 3D viewport. This is how to go around. So now we go talk about how to delete our object. Now this one now na cube. At times you might not need cube, you might want to delete it. How you go take it? You go press X. If you press X, you go see option, you go delete am. But you go fit reverse. If na mistake wey you make, you go press Ctrl Z to reverse am. Abi na like general command be that. You go fit press delete too to delete. But if you press delete to delete, e no go ask you say you wan delete or not. Look, you see, you don delete. So I go press Ctrl Z to bring am back, and press X again just to show you the example. You see, e dey ask me say you really want to delete am. Okay, yes, I don delete am. But maybe I make mistake, I wan retrieve am. I go press Ctrl Z. So e don come back to our screen be that. So now let's delete our cube. Let's say we no get anything for here now, and we wan add something. How we go take add something? Okay, anything wey you add, any object wey you add, na mesh we dey call am. Na mesh wey be say you go use build anything wey you wan build. Na car, na house, na donut, na cake, na mesh you go use. So how we go fit access our mesh? Let's say you wan do donut now, but na cube wey you get for here. But to turn cube to donut, e go dey a little bit difficult, abi na? So if you delete your cube now, and you say okay, you wan add, you go fit come here, add. If you add, you go to mesh, and then you say torso. You see all the meshes wey we get for here, different kind of meshes wey we get. The one wey dey very similar to wetin you wan build, na him you go choose. So if I choose torso now, you see say our torso look like wetin donut. So I dey move around with Alt and left click button. So if you no wan add your mesh or object through this long cut, this is a long cut. Everything wey we dey do for Blender, almost everything get hotkey. So the hotkey na to press Shift A. If you press Shift A, you go see the same option, and then you go fit click here and create any object or mesh of your choice wey you like. So you fit add as many objects as you like say na torso we get now. If you go to mesh, you fit add cube. Na our cube be this, you see. So and we still get our torso for back, but I go dey explain how you go dey fit move all these things around. But I just wan let you know say all these things wey dey here now, na you go dey use make anything wey you wan make. All these objects, all these shapes wey dey here, na you go use as start to model anything wey you wan model. Na model we dey call am for Blender. Anything you wan create, maybe na chair, maybe anything at all, na mesh we dey use create am. And na here you go fit see your mesh. You see am here, mesh, and you fit call am object too. So this is how to add it. You come to add, and then you click, you go to mesh, and then you look for the object you want, or the short key is Shift A, and then you come to mesh, add your object. That's all. So now we dey move to even a more interesting part. As we dey progress now, na in Blender go dey get interesting more and more. Go dey get interesting more and more. So now I go delete this torso now, and I go leave our box here. So remember, say I tell you say we have ready-made screen. Na im be this. So now this cube wey dey here, wetin we fit use am do? We fit do so many things. Like say we fit move am. Okay, let's say we wan move our cube now. How we go take fit move am? Okay, remember wetin I tell you dem dey call this thing? Na tool shelf wey we dey call am. So if you come to your tool shelf, you see this arrow wey dey here. It says move ba. Okay, let's click this arrow now. How we don click this arrow, you go see an arrow pointing in the red direction, another in green direction, and then another in blue direction. Listen very carefully. This one wey be say na red, na X, we dey call am X axis. This one wey be green na Y axis. This one wey be blue na Z axis, which means up. This Z axis means up and down. So if I click this arrow now and I move up, it will only go up or down. It can only go up or down. I left click, I hold left click, and then I drag with my mouse up or down. Okay, that's how to move in the Z axis, up and down. Z axis is up and down. Then we have red. Red is X, which is right and left. You understand? Right and left, or left, anyone. If you click this arrow now, if you move on, go left. If you move on, go right, anywhere. So you get the logic now. So the last one we will get now, Y. Y, this is Y. If you move on, same thing applicable to Y. So now all these things wey I tell you now na one way, and at times things dey for Blender wey be say we get more than one way wey we go take fit do am. Now another way wey you fit move your things around is by pressing G. If you press G, G mean say na na grab. So if you grab something, you fit move am around. But if you wan specifically move am in one certain direction, wetin you go do be say after you don press G, you go come press Y, meaning you don lock am to Y axis be that. If you move am anyhow you like, e no go move beyond Y axis. Okay, I go right click to snap it back to where e dey before. If I click G to grab, and then I press Y to lock it in the Y axis. If I move, if I left click now, I'll put it in the exact location where it did now. But if I press G and then I press Y, and then I dey here, but I no wan leave am here, I wan take am to where it dey before. So I go just press right click to snap it back to where it dey. So G to grab, and then you can lock it by pressing any of the axes, Z, X, or Y. If I press Z now, it is locked to Z axis, so I can only move it up or down. So if you click on your object, you will see one yellow. It will turn yellow. So if anything wey dey active go turn yellow, anything wey dey active go turn yellow. So this is how to move around with your mesh. Any mesh, anything wey dey your screen, you fit move am around. Lamp, camera, anything wey you dey see, you fit move am around. So now we don talk about how to move. So let's go to ready-made screen. This ready-made screen wey we dey go now, modeling we dey call am. Wetin be modeling? Na modeling we dey use create anything wey you wan create, wey be say anything wey dey your screen, you go go model am to make anything wey you want. If I go modeling now, you go see my interface go change. As the interface don change now, you go see some strange thing. Now, this thing wey you dey see now na editing mode we dey call am. Editing mode. So if you check here now, you go see edit mode. So if I come here, I go fit change am to object mode. This is the mode wey we get before. Say you grab. So if you press to the shortcut wey you go dey fit use change the mode wey you dey now, tab. If I press tab now, I don go into edit mode with that. So if I press tab again, na object mode be this. So na editing mode wey be say you go fit use create anything wey you like by doing what? By moving vertex, edges and faces. So these three things wey I don call now, na im we go dey discuss in our next tutorial. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment and share. Expect another video in the next weekend. Thanks for watching.